Hey guys, and welcome back to Beer Bubbles, the number one bubbliest podcast in the world. And I'm Rasmus, and I'm sitting here with
Mathias Svensson.
Welcome to the Beer Bubbles podcast.
Thank you very much.
So you are a beer curious person, as we say in the podcast.
Yeah.
And so tell the audience a little bit about who you are.
Yeah, so I'm just a guy who loves pub culture and craft beer. I just fell in love with it instantly when I got introduced to it, you could say.
Yeah, and you are a regular at Alhjärtat, which is the bar that I work at. But what are some of the places you go to? How do you think about the beer scene in Stockholm?
Yeah, the beer scene in Stockholm is very good. There's a lot of different places you could go to if you want different things. For an example, if I would want a fresh IPA, I would go to Stig Bergsfoot. It's a really good place, and the burgers are amazing as well. And if I want lagers, obviously, Sun Franciscana is the go-to place for me. And if I want something more crazy, I could go to On the Pollo's Hut and get some soft serve. That's fun once in a while as well.
Getting an ice cream cone on your stout.
Yeah, exactly. And then Mikkeller is a good bar. Both the Flora as well is really good. It's really cozy in the summer to drink a beer at, actually.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Not on the Pollo.
So, but you recently told me that you recently started drinking lagers for real.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, why is that?
Well, I started when I was 18, 19 to drink all the crazy beers, the double IPAs, the triple IPAs, all the crazy sour beers and stouts and porters. So I never really had the chance to try good lager. So when I've had my fair share of IPAs and stouts like that, I just wanted to drink more lagers. Like I didn't have the cravings for all these crazy beers anymore as much as I had before.
It decreases with time.
yeah, for sure.
You start looking for quality and before you want just the crazy stuff, even though the crazy stuff is amazing as well.
Yeah, they're amazing, of course.
A lot of cool stuff out there. But you are a regular user of Untapped, right?
Yeah.
How many beers are you up to now?
1.2K.
1.2K, all right?
Yeah. So
how long have you doing it?
Since 2018.
All right, well, that's effective.
Yeah, you could say, yeah, that's pretty effective.
Do you think you have put in every beer you've had? Or
No, I started kind of late, actually, because I would say I have drank maybe 150 beers, pretty regularly before I even downloaded the app.
All right. But since you got it, you entered every beer. Basically,
yeah, 90% maybe.
Right.
Sometimes I just want to drink beer, and I don't really have the feeling to open up the tap if I'm with company and like that. Yeah.
Going in and putting in the Grängesberg lager.
Yeah. Some beers I just don't feel like. I just want to drink them and enjoy them. I don't want to pick up my phone. I want to talk to people.
Yeah, definitely. So, what was it with beer that made your mind blow, basically?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's the sour beer that blew my mind the most, and all the different kind of sour beer from just the whole alphabet of sour beers is insane.
Yeah.
And the same with every beer. Everything can taste so different, and it's considered the same main category.
Yeah, beer is. You have so many different subgenres like music.
Yeah,
you have lager, and then when you dig into that, it's a lot more than it seems. Same with ale and those kinds. So beer is very. There's been a discussion, or there's always been a discussion about how the wine world they're controlled by the laws, like what they can and cannot make.
Yeah,
in beer you basically have one. There's Reinheitsgebot in Germany.
Yeah.
But you don't really have any rules.
Yeah, it's the Wild West
in that sense.
Yeah.
Except, obviously what people are gonna think of you if you name your bitter a stout. That would be weird, of course. Yeah. But do you think that type of thing would be a good thing to add to the beer, or you think it's a good thing that we don't have it?
That's a good question. I'm not really sure, actually. I guess it would make it easier if you want to have regulations like this is a stout or this is an amber ale or etc. There are some with wheat beer, I guess, but I'm not sure about more. I mean, it would be easier to categorize the beer for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It's just it's very flavor is very much up to a person.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's a hard question.
So it might be very difficult.
Yeah.
But yeah, you mean sometimes when you read the label of your beer can, and then you end up getting something that it's
You
not
didn't
explained on.
yeah,
so you're like,
exactly.
"Oh, it's not. But you know, it's I think that's a process that's we gone far.
Yeah.
I would say with quality and in every kind of beer. What do you, since you started, have you noticed like trends?
I mean, I don't think I have been in this scene that long to notice different trends. But I've heard people say like now the New England IPAs are a huge trend. I mean, I kind of came into the scene when they were already a thing.
I feel like the New England trend has transferred to a hazy trend.
Yeah.
That's everything is hazy. It says the can says IPA, and then you pour it out and you get hazy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, the trends is fun to follow. You see something new is coming, and you see it, spiking to the top, and then it just goes down again. Like I always say, in the end, you're always gonna have the lager.
Yeah, that's true. That's big true. Yeah, for sure.
Did it surprise you that lager could be so many things? I mean, all the way from an Helles to a Czech Pilsner, or a German Pilsner, or...
Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. It's fun. It's always nice to have a lager in the end, and it's even nicer to have different kind of lagers. I mean, they all have the same ground feeling, in my opinion. But they taste big difference, of course, and it's different occasions. You crave different beer, like usual, and sometimes you just want to have different lagers as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, when you see a gravity poured Kellerby in the bar, you don't say no.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not every day you get that. So what style do you tend to go to the most?
That's such a hard question. I've been thinking about that for quite a while. In the beginning, it was for sure sour beer. I had a sour beer craze. I only drank sour beer whenever I was out or went to Systembolaget. And then it changed to I had like an IPA craze as well. I mean, it's so hard to just say this is the one style I like the most.
Yeah, it tends to or depends on the mood or...
Exactly, it depends entirely on what day you have.
Yeah, definitely. And sometimes you just have these weeks that you're just into one style, and then all of a sudden you're like, nope, no more.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the beer scene in Stockholm, going around these places, I mean, we've had a rough year and a half, you could say, and we don't need to talk about that anymore because we're tired of the pandemic in this podcast. No. But overall, like the scenery with the guests, and you enjoy that feeling with the pub feel.
I love it. It's amazing. The feeling in a good cozy pub or a lively, more party pub. It's both good. They both have their occasion. I just love it when everyone come there for the same reason, and it's to drink beer, or other beverages, and you can talk to everyone because everyone's there because of the mainly one thing, and it's just an amazing feeling to be able to talk to anyone and just by a simple question, but what are you drinking? And then you can make friends by doing that. The bar is the place.
The bar is a place, definitely. Yeah, I've never seen you go sit at a table.
Yeah, no.
Unless you're with a lot of people.
Yeah,
you don't fit in the bar.
Yeah. The bar is my main place to go. That's why I love Nya Carnegie so much, because I just sat at the bar. The bartender was nice, and we talked beer, and they just try this, this is good. And when I come one day and it's like, yeah, we have new beers. These are the new beers. We know you like cans, like all sort of beers. Here is our new assortment. Like, try it. I was like, yeah, sure, that's nice.
Yeah, that's the thing with sitting in the bar. You get, if you're nice and you have a good conversation, you get treated better.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
nice.
Because the bartenders want regulars, and when regulars come back, often it's it's good for you, it's good for them, and eventually become friends.
Yes, exactly. Everyone is having a good time.
Yeah, definitely. So you work as a chef, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm a chef.
Have you been curious about going into Like, have you tried cooking with using beer, or is beer for drinking?
I definitely like beer in food. Don't have anything. I don't feel weird about anything about that. But I haven't tried it much. I'm still learning the basics as a chef. I just want to grow as a chef, and then maybe I will combine the two. Because I feel like I want to focus being a chef, or like focus being better at beer, you could say. I don't really want to cross them right now. I want to have them separate, actually, right now.
Definitely. It's fun there's so much things you could do with beer when it comes to cooking as well, and combining beer and food.
Yeah, that's
as a combination. It's really, and CC talks a lot about that, and it's basically what it's doing at Akkurat now, if I remember correctly. He told me.
Okay.
So it's a cool thing you can do if you become a chef, and to make food that is adaptable for the beer.
Yeah.
Basically.
I mean, it's a really good idea if you have a mainly beer bar, but then you have to have food, and if the bar loves food as well, it's just a plus. It's like really good. Like some places just want to have food because they can't sell beer otherwise. But if the place loves food as well, it's even better. And if they can combine the two, it's like even better than that.
So how was Svensson Day?
It was good. Really good beer.
What did you drink?
Sour beer.
Oh, no shit. He's pulling up his Untapped here right now.
Yeah, I need to check. I can't remember exactly.
To see all the different kinds. Svensson Day is the day that Cantillon has a couple of bars around the world get to have their beers.
Exactly.
And Mathias had tickets.
That's why you use Untapped, to remember what beer you drink. So let's see. So it's one beer that you get with the ticket, and it's what Svensson 2021 Parasol it was called. It was a lambic fruit. It's really good. Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with Cantillon. They always make really good beer. But there were so many a lot of lambics, like mainly lambics.
It's not often you sit an entire night and drink lambics.
No, you don't do that often, especially like 10, was it like 12 by 15 Cantillons in a row, and sharing with your friends. It was a really good night. I kind of wish they had food there this year, but what can you do? I won't complain.
Didn't have food, huh?
No.
You want something to fill your belly when you're drinking beer, because
they had some foods, but earlier years they had like this entire menu. You got a 3-meal course with the beer.
So it was a food and beer combined menu.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. That is great.
Yeah, it was really amazing. I was there 1 year. I think it was 18 or 17, 2017 or 18, and it was a 3-course meal with 4 beers. I think it's for like 1,000 kroner or something.
Well, that's a good price.
Yeah, it's a really good price for what you get. Yeah.
So, do you have any plans to go into any like beer festivals or doing some beer-related trips soon?
Soon, I don't know.
Is there something you want to go to?
Well, yeah, I want to go to Belgium and travel around there, of course. Can't go wrong with that. But I haven't really planned anything beer-related trips.
Just going to the bar and trying the new stuff. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. I just want to have a good times in Stockholm right now.
Definitely. And with this, there's a lot of beer places in Stockholm with different qualities, you could say, and different strong sides. And you should definitely go hang out at Akkurat more.
I will, for sure.
Especially if you like lambics, because if there's one place that have lambics, it's that place.
Yeah.
In their beer cellars. So, go talk to CC and he'll figure out something nice for you.
Yeah, I will for sure go to CC at Akkurat.
So, how do you see this interest in beer stay and just evolving, or is it just gonna stay at a hobby level, or are you looking to like develop it further?
I mean, me and my friend, we are brewing at home, me and my friends. It's fun, but I'm not really involved that much in it. But having a brewery or working at brewery and combining with food would be really fun. Like I want to work with beer as well as food because they're my two big hobbies. So for sure, I want to take it to the next level and work with beer as well.
Definitely, you should go for it. This business is expanding, and we have, what is it now, 530 plus different kinds of breweries in Sweden.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy.
I still hear breweries that I never heard of. Like, there was one brewery, the other day I was like, they've been around since like 2011. I'm like,
yeah.
And I couldn't remember hearing that name before. And you realize that there's a tons of breweries here in Sweden.
A lot of brewers in Sweden. It's fun, but there's a lot of competition if you want to start your own.
Definitely, and that pushes you to make, or our brewers to make, better quality.
You have to stand out.
Your buddy Ulrik is studying to become a brewer right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's Nynäshamn.
Have he told you about the school, like what's happening and the process?
He talks a lot about his courses and what he does in the school, and it's really fun to hear and listen to what he says. And he's really interested in it, and he makes it interesting to us as well, to me especially.
So is that something you're curious to do as well for fun, or is it you want to work more with the food and the beer?
Yeah, I want to work with beer professionally and not just as a hobby.
What's the Swedish brewery that's impressed you the most, like, over the years?
The Swedish brewery that impressed me the most was Breakeriet, for sure. I fell in love with them as soon as I tried their beer. I just really like their style of sour beers and like beers overall.
Is it safe to say that sour is one of your favorite styles?
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah,
I tend to agree.
Yeah, it's something with it that is so special. It's so different and it's so fun to drink as well.
So we are recording this a couple of days before Åre Bryggkompani will visit Älghjärtat.
Yeah.
And they will have a Berättarna Myset sour that was made as a collab with Benchwarmer Brewing Company in Helsingborg, I think. Let's see if I said that correctly so I don't get strangled by somebody after this. Benchwarmers. I think that is Helsingborg. Yes, it is Helsingborg. Perfect. I didn't fuck that one up.
That's good.
So that's something you're going to try on, Sunday.
Yeah, of course. I will be on a Sunday for sure.
When
entire
probably
day.
Already been happening when you guys listen to this. But, we look forward to it anyways.
Yes.
I'm going to finish with the question that we always ask in the end of every episode. And that is, you're about to die. And you can have one more beer. Whatever beer you want, whatever aged, whatever. Just one beer, one more time. What are you having?
Right now, it would probably be a Pilsner Urquell.
Unpasteurized?
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
But if you ask me 2 years ago, maybe it would be some sour beer. Probably some Cantillon. I don't know. But right now, it's for sure some lager. Yeah. Probably Pilsner Urquell, unfiltered.
That's a good choice. So, guys, thank you very much for tuning into this episode of the podcast, where we always enjoy having you here. CC wasn't here today, but you're going to hear him in probably the intro and probably the outro or somewhere around the episode. Mathias, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
And you're going to work now.
Yes, I am.
I'm going to work now. And let's end the episode on the note that we usually do. And you already know the outro. So, guys, whatever you do,
drink better beer.